Hey, Steph, how's it going? How are
Good.
you? How's everybody? Everybody healthy over there?
Everybody's healthy, very
Good,
healthy.
good, good, good. I heard that your little one isn't much of a sleeper. Oh,
He's not. There's too many exciting things he's afraid he's going to miss out on in the world. So he's
ah,
like a cat napper.
FOMO
And
baby.
yeah, oh, for sure. He actually came 5 weeks early on the day of our baby shower because he heard there was a party going on. So
I want in. I want in
yeah,
on that.
I
All
don't want
right.
to miss this. Why am I in here?
Oh, Maximus.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so having a baby during the pandemic, that's seems like pretty good timing, you know? Um, I mean,
I mean,
especially, because like some of the day gigs are kind of like occupationally challenged. Acting and music are Hollywood's kind of shut down. Music you can't play live. So fortunately, you've got a lot of other stuff that's like already done and dusted and ready to come out. Um,
yeah.
you have a
Yes.
really big one. What's that one all about? A feature length film.
Yeah, super exciting. I wrote a feature film with my best friend, who's also from Vermont, and we it takes place in Vermont, obviously, and it's a fun love story, but mostly a love story about two best friends and the maple syrup industry.
Hmm. Sweet.
And one of the best friends meets a guy who happens to work for a kind of evil maple syrup conglomerate
Ooh.
that is threatening to take over kind of the age old family farm model of maple syrup production in Vermont. So, of course, this caused a rift with the two best friends and all of that. But it's a really sweet story, and it is all shot and edited and ready to go. And it's just waiting for the right time to come out since, there are no theaters, the
Right.
drive-in movies, which sounds fun. I actually haven't gotten a chance to try that yet. With the 7-month-old baby, it's been hard to leave the house anyway. So
Right.
it is convenient that there's a pandemic, so we don't all have to have FOMO.
Right. Well, that sounds awesome. Soulmates. Oh man, we'll look out for that for sure. I'm hoping to
Yeah,
see it streaming soon or at a drive-in. We'll see.
yeah. I think it may come out on a streaming service. We'll see. We're
Cool.
waiting to hear the what the final decision is on the placement for it once things start, getting up and running again in the industry. I
Yeah.
think things are slowly but surely starting up,
Yeah.
but it's definitely been interesting.
Well, but you have another movie as well that's in production, like, or it's already done or getting close to done. Like, you went to Paradise and shot a movie, just whatever. Like, what?
Yeah, my husband and I actually shot a film together. He grew up in Maui, in Hawaii, so he always wanted to make a film that is the love story to the place he grew up
Mm,
and really showcase Hawaii in a way that he feels like a lot of other films don't really properly represent what it's like to really live in Hawaii. So um, sorry, I think my baby just woke up, so I got distracted. He's fine.
oh, Maximus.
The super husband can step in for a minute.
Right.
Um, so anyway, so yeah, so we shot a movie in Hawaii. Actually, the year that we got married there, so we got to go to Hawaii 3 different times, which is amazing. Um,
Rough life.
so that was a very cool experience, and yeah, we're just in the finishing phases of that film as well, so that we'll have another film ready to go once things are up and running. And it seems like content is going to very much be required since we've all rewatched every 80s and 90s movie now, am I right?
Seriously.
And all the series have kind of run out of their last season, so
Hmm.
we'll see. I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the next year. Time. Anybody who's got anything to put out, it's time. It's ready. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
so okay, so two big movies. You've also been in like tons of commercials and TV shows and everything and like that. And you've actually been in one of my favorite shows, How I Met Your Mother, and which is like with one of my favorite actors too. So Jason Segel, and he lives here in Ojai. I saw him the other day. Well, it was a few months ago, but at the grocery store. Just
Oh, awesome. I used to
yeah.
have a huge crush on him. I mean, I would say I still do, but my husband would get mad.
Ah, well, let's not get you in trouble. But that must have been fun working on that show. Oh
It
man.
was really fun. It was so much fun. Definitely one of the best film and TV experiences I've had. Just such a great set full of people that have clearly had a great time filming for. I was on the last season, so it had been 10 years, and they
Mm.
really were a family. And they had a ice cream sundae bar on set, which was really awesome. Um, and everybody was just so nice and funny and professional. And I actually was so impressed with Neil Patrick Harris, especially he just had flown in. I think he was shooting a film in Idaho or something, somewhere in the Midwest, and he had just flown a red eye and got to set and came right on and just, it's so lovely and professional, even though he was clearly exhausted, had a spider bite on his thumb. So
Well,
it
that's where
was,
the ice cream bar comes in handy, so he
yeah,
can get a
yeah,
sugar rush before he goes on set.
spend the whole day at the ice cream bar in between takes.
Nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about music though, because I mean, obviously acting is super important, but so is music. And you've got two projects. I mean, obviously you've got your namesake, Stephanie Lynn music, but also Bella Mare. Can you tell me a little bit about the difference between those two? Why two personas?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to kind of divert into a more electronic and mystical creature kind of vibe.
Mm,
I had fun creating this whole other persona, and it just didn't really make sense to have all the music under the same name since they really are very different. And yeah, it's also kind of fun to take it on like a character.
yeah.
And as an actress, that was an exciting, fun idea for me. And then just allowed me to really free up and move away from any constraints that I felt like I had since I had been creating a certain style of music. And I just really wanted to explore a completely different side of myself. And so it allowed me to just let it all go and start fresh and really get creative.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting to be able to take on different personas. I mean, now you have one, you have two, you can go in any direction if you decided to do classical music or something or like something completely out there. Just why not create another persona? It
Yeah,
frees you up.
definitely.
Yeah. So you've had a lot of success with the Broken Before album, especially through the American Airlines placement on their entertainment system. I think you have a funny story about one of your co-writers with that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been really exciting and fun just to have the music reach a whole new audience of people that I don't know if they would have found me otherwise. So that's been awesome.
Mm.
And yeah, I got a message recently from one of the co-writers of one of the songs on the album, Sinking Ship. And we had kind of a funny story of how we met and wrote the song. We actually met in an improv class in Hollywood. And then he found out that I was also a singer. I think came to one of my shows, and then he said, I play guitar and I actually have a bunch of songs that I've written and would love to see if you would want to use any of them, and you could write melody and lyrics if you like it. And he just wrote music for fun and had played guitar forever and was a really good guitarist, but wasn't trying to be a musician professionally. And so, yeah, we wrote that song years ago. And then recently he got a check in the mail
Nice.
from his BMI for his songwriting.
Yeah.
And he was, what is this? And then he said he did some research and he figured out where it came from. And he was so excited. And he hit me up and he was like, this is so cool. I've been making music for all these years and I never really intended to make money from it. And I'm just so excited that you're making money and I'm making money and it's on American Airlines. That's so cool. So he was pumped, and he posted this cool thing on Facebook just saying, hey, you never know, keep creating. You never know when something's going to come from it. And it was just a really fun, positive feedback to get and made me really happy.
Oh, that's so cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that song is very cool too, and the music video is awesome. It gets to show off actually both your musicianship, of course, but a lot of your acting chops too. It's like it's really really clever.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll show it here in just a second. But yeah, please, if you want to check out Steph's music, go on to any of your streaming services. And man, it's been such a great pleasure to reconnect with you and chat with you. Thanks so much for being on the show, Steph.
Thank you. This is so fun.